For those of you not yet caught up in the madness of winter recreational activities, our story may seem a little fantastic. To those who have experienced this touch of exhilarating fever and who return each year to its call, we hope this brings back pleasant and exciting memories. The place is the quiet town of Eagle River, Wisconsin. Quiet, that is, for most of the year. Then suddenly, almost overnight, this small hamlet of 1,500 swarms with activity as over 50,000 friendly, colorful people come to share in 3 fantastic days of action. When a town like Eagle River grows to over 50,000, it poses a number of problems: traffic, parking, food, and lodging, to name a few. The event that highlights this winter festival is the annual World's Championship Snowmobile Derby. Its popularity is apparent. Fans, drivers, and whole families come from the surrounding Midwest, the East Coast, Far West, and Canada to join in the excitement of this special event. Colorful. No other word seems to describe the variety of brilliant hues as crowds gather around the track area looking for old friends or making preparations for upcoming events. And while there are excellent motel and hotel facilities in the area, a regular mini-city springs up near the Derby site and provides all the necessary conveniences for those families who wish to camp near the action. Moving about the area, we see buses of every size and description, motorhomes, campers, trucks, pickups, and cars towing snowmobiles with individual drivers and full-fledged racing teams. While fans and families decide which of the many different activities they will watch each day, drivers and pit crews spend that time registering and setting up so they'll be ready when it's their turn to compete. With 5 events and 3 or more categories in each, preparation is a major activity. Next comes inspection. To make sure every machine fits the rigid specifications of its class, stock, modified stock, or super modified. It's a thorough, painstaking evaluation that leaves no room for doubt. The first event is the men's super modified race, and excitement is high as each driver checks his machine for the last time before the race begins. After drawing for position, the snowmobiles line up on the track, revving up motors, waiting for the starting gun to send them speeding around the snow-packed track. Tension is mounting. And finally, the gun. They're off. And what a start. Racing around curves. Dodging, speeding, weaving back and forth. These are some of the most unique snowmobiles in the country, modified by their drivers to race with maximum efficiency. competition is tough, and the race is close as the last lap flag goes out. The winner crosses the finish line. The success of the race depends on more than just driver's skill. The track must be in perfect shape. Hard work and 60 or 70,000 gallons of water mixed with sawdust is applied to the track in layers, and when frozen, provides a better surface than snow for this kind of racing. One thing a newcomer to this spectacle learns from the beginning: age does not limit the skill, determination, and competitive spirit of this sport. It might surprise some to learn that many of these young people work on their own machines, with help and supervision from family, or tips from the pros who easily remember the days when they too dreamed of winning a world's championship race. Clothing, for instance, is important for safety. The basic snowmobile suit is fine for protection from the cold, but is inadequate when it comes to the kind of protection needed out on the track. Let's list quickly some of the safety clothing they wear to protect themselves from serious injury. Soccer-like pads protect the hips and groin areas with a combination of strong fiberglass panels and soft padding. Fiberglass football shin guards are often worn, plus a pair of normal pants or padded motorcycle racing leather pants for additional protection beneath the insulated snowmobile pants. Lightweight fiberglass shoulder pads and a padded chest protector offer the most protection possible for the upper body. An all-leather kidney belt provides external and internal protection, plus support for the lower back area. Heavily padded elbow guards and padded ribbed gloves shield hands and arms. Other items include a leather face mask, padded insulated boots, plus a superior type safety helmet for head protection. Each racer has a variety of safety clothing and items he uses with the knowledge that correct clothing can mean the difference between walking away from an accident to race again or spending time in a hospital. And here comes the winner, under the checkered flag. The thrill of victory is undeniable. Another link in that long chain toward the ultimate goal of a world's championship. Taking the symbolic victory flag, he drives around the track to the enthusiastic cheers of the crowd. Snowmobile racing is a family sport, and many of the wives, girlfriends, and sisters who come to these events participate too. Anyone who spends much time in the pits will quickly realize how seriously they take the challenge. Drivers hover around their machines with nervous anticipation, while the track crew adds a special traction compound to the snow-packed track. The trim, sophisticated racing machines sit on the line, breathing hard. Operating their machines with as much skill and dedication as the men, these female drivers are highly competitive and generate a great deal of excitement and support. Family sport it may be, and a lot of families do participate. But in that moment when the first driver passes the checkered flag and begins that glorious victory ride around the track, at that moment, it's an individual accomplishment. Events and activities are well planned to allow snowmobilers time to relax, get together with friends, and enjoy each other's company. Families also have a chance to join a long, breathtaking trail ride through picturesque Eagle River country. Trail riding is naturally at the heart of the family activity, and we wouldn't want you to think that Eagle River is popular solely because of the championship races. Besides the local clubs and snowmobilers who spend hours, even days, on these well-marked and carefully laid-out trails, people come from all over during the winter season just to travel through this lovely country and share the stimulating experience of trail riding. Today's ride is a short one, though, because everyone wants to get back to either watch or participate in the spectacular Derby Torchlight Parade. With over 200 blazing torches and 1,500 illuminaries, the parade is without a doubt one of the most memorable events of the three-day festival. The illuminaries are paper bags specially folded, weighted with snow, and a candle inside. Placed along the parade route, they guide the flashing snowmobilers who ride past with their torches held high. Each day before the events begin, drivers, pit crews, and families gather in what is referred to as the Big Barn for briefing, general information, and specific tips which are necessary to keep the activities organized and running smoothly. Energy is running high this afternoon as some of the best drivers in the world prepare for the championship race. Snowmobiles are checked again and again, groomed especially for this final race. Nowhere is the magnitude of activity more evident than in the pits. Those unfamiliar with what takes place during this time may be overwhelmed by the sea of machines. Men rushing about with parts and tools, tearing apart, putting together, revving engines and tuning to perfection their hopes and aspirations of becoming the next world champion. The pros claim that 50% of the race is in the pits. The machine must be perfect. It has to stand up under the tremendous pressures exerted by driver and track as it literally flies around the icy oval seeking the checkered flag. For no matter how skillful the driver or how great the lead, If the machine breaks down or the engine fails in that crucial moment, the race is lost and dreams of a world championship must wait until next year. Speaking of waiting, it seems that half the battle is patience until it's finally your turn. They're off, gone in a mad thunder, racing for the lead. The snow swirls around and behind them as they come through the bends, airborne, leaping, dodging each other, and racing for the next bend in a mad, almost frenzied dash for the final lap and the checkered flag. Danger is a constant companion as drivers compete for this heralded title. A spin out in the middle of the pack could be tragic, but every precaution is taken by the track officials and the racers themselves to minimize accidents and injury. Weeks, even months of preparation are on the track here and now. The race has been run 100, perhaps 1,000 times on paper, in conversation, and in the thoughts of the competitors. All know there can only be one winner, one world's champion. And that decision is being made here at this moment before thousands of spectators, yet alone in the heat of competition between one man, one machine, and the checkered flag. It's over. The crowd begins to breathe again. The winner carries his standard of victory once around the track for all to see. On the faces of some, the appreciation of a race well run. For others, the disappointment of losing. And still others thrilled to the exuberant joy of the heady wine of being part of a winning effort. As another great Derby event draws to its conclusion and the winners are awarded their just recognition for a job well done, goodbyes are said. There are sighs of thankfulness from the army of weary but willing workers who did such a magnificent job in making the whole thing work. And yes, thoughts of next year, the plans, the dreams begin. Next year, it's my turn. Winter madness? No, just a touch of what we around here call Eagle River fever.